Good morning. Happy Monday, TikTok. Um, I work from home, so I'm just sitting here. I work in the behavioral health field, and I have a lot of downtime throughout the day. And so today, as I sit here, I am just like in deep thought, right? Because a lot of times I think that we don't get an opportunity to just silence everything, every distraction. We so busy being moms, wives, all that other stuff. But today when I just sat and I was just in real deep thought about the next steps, right? And you know what came to me? While I was sitting here, I just thought about how we are, as people, wired to set goals and make plans for our life, right? But I'm just going to talk about my experience. And with my experience, when I have tried to set goals for myself and strive to the goals, and even when it don't matter what it had to do with, it could have something to do with my career, my education, my home life, whatever. I can recall in the past not actually sitting and praying and bringing God into the details, right? And I don't know who needs to hear this, but instead of trying to figure out what your vision is for your life, how about pray and ask God what his vision is? Because when we ask God what his vision is, we think that we know how to do stuff, and oh, I know I want to save this amount of money, or I know I want to purchase this home, right? But sometimes that ain't really what God got in store for us. And what I have actually personally experienced is that when I get in alignment with God's vision for my life, everything flows so smoothly. A lot of those mountains we run into, a lot of those obstacles we run into is because we're trying to do it in our own will and not in God's will. So today is the start of a new week. It's Monday. Take a moment and pray and ask God what his vision is for your life. Now, we ain't gonna be treating God like he a genie, right? He'll give it to you piece by piece. Another part that we have to remember is to be patient, right? Because patience is always the key in understanding what your next steps is. Because at the end of the day, like, God's vision for you is what is going to put you where you should be. I'll use myself for example. For years, I would do things out of my own will. Not saying that I didn't go to God. I might pray. I was like most people. I pray when something going on, like, oh Lord, I don't want this to, okay, Lord, give me. But it was always in a state of emergency or being frantic. Now I make it my business to commit time to God every single day. And what I've seen is that my decision making is much more clearer. I know exactly what the next steps is. And I just sit back. And a lot of times people talk about, like, oh, I don't know how to pray. Listen, you can talk to God. The moment you want to get up and call your friend and ask her for advice, oh, you think I should take this job, or you think I should do this, that is the same way you can go to God. Ask him what his vision is. I promise you, it is a fail-proof tactic, bringing God in the details. And once you start to bring him into the details, resources come, plans, and just everything just kind of falls in place. I like to call it like the domino effect. But I don't know who that message was for. I was sitting here doing my work on this Monday, looking out my window. I got a big window right there. And I just was like, you know what? Let me share this, because understanding and asking God what his vision is for your life is, I mean, it's going to be imperative if you want to win, because you can only win with putting him in the details. No matter what you think. Society makes us think, oh, we can go online and get a quick fix, or we can do research. You will find yourself going down the wrong path. and you be like, oh my God, I feel like I haven't gotten anything accomplished. And that's because you're not putting God in the details. I hope this message blessed somebody. I hope this brought the clarity that you might need. Girl, go on in there and get into your prayer and just ask God. You can pray while you washing dishes. You can pray while you getting your kids ready for school. You just want to ask God, what is your vision for me? Y'all have a good Monday. Talk to you later.